Motrimis mama capre, motrimis mama capre.
Previously on
Let's get it on! This is the end of the Cold War and the start of the Winter War, but it is snowing.
I was banking on this conflict to end very
We
quickly.
might have beaten on more than we can.
We'll swiftly after this.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Because at this point the king lost almost half his men. But what they don't know is that the forest has eyes. Racist little Potulatense eyes.
Surprise, motherfucker!
The only problem is that the rest of them are an invisible barrier and everybody is shoving their face into it. What is this? What is this? These are Celts LARPing as Greeks. And here we are at one of our saddest victory. Добро пожаловать на показ чисел. Welcome to the showing of the numbers. Because we might as well start talking Russian by the way that we are handling this winter war. So all in all, a disaster.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
And welcome to an exciting new episode of Let's Get It On! Winter War 2, a counter-offensive. This time we are the hunted. As you see, these woods are full of naked men. And here they are, the bane of our existence, the ghostly visage of naked men in the snow. Man, this place looks familiar, doesn't it? It's where we almost died last time. This time with even fewer troops. But luckily for us, the enemy also has fewer troops. Yep. Our formation is supposed to be the same jagged formation for the generation, only we have some holes in it. Namely, one unit of spear is totally out of action with just 115 men out of 300. They are not frontline ready, so they are in deep reserves. Other than that, more or less the same, only we put one of the sellswords up front, one of our own smelly swordsmen, one of the Celto-Thracian, the newer unit, which we named the Border Patrol, the Secundum Border Patrol. And it already started! But of course, every winter war starts with a major tactical blunder. Since last time we did such a short work of the enemy light shock cavalry, I thought to myself, why not underestimate them again? So we made contact with the princelings who are a light scout against shock cavalry. And just the initial pilum strike by the enemy devastated them, and we basically lost in one fell swoop half of our princelings. They were just mown down. 67. We used to have 66. We used to have 120. This is look, they already retreating because the shock cavalry really made short work out of them. We should have been more careful and engaged. This pinned them down with the PEC, the Pelindava Equestrian Club, and then pelted them with pilums as we're supposed to do. But no, this is a winter war and tactical blunders galore. And here we are back in time in the right flank. How do we know this is the right flank? No, actually our king is in the middle now because he is afraid of naked men in the woods. So we lay here in waiting with our Potulatense and wait, are these the pack? Ah yes, this is the pack. So actually Kostico was engaging the enemy cavalry. So good on him. And we reacted, of course, since this is winter war and tactical blunder galore. We reacted too slowly to this enemy charge. The shock cavalry really went into the side of our spears formation and ran amok. And we could have reacted really nicely because we had both the Potulatense and at least this this type of thing. A nice volley from this unit, but no. Anyway, eventually we should be able to. Hey, can't you see them? This is the enemy. Come on, come on. I was probably being oh, finally the order was given, the enemy was engaged. I guess they couldn't hear the shouting from their commander because it's snowing. That's how sounds work. Physics 101 with, with Oga. So yes, this should go in our favor because they are light shock cavalry. You're supposed to use them exactly as they did in the beginning and not actually engaged in melee combat. But still, they pinned down our cavalry and did quite a number on this poor unit of spear. And look at them here. Luckily for us, we were kind of prepared with the oh poor guy. This is a Potulatense brave man. Look, he's not giving up despite the spear, the inconvenience, the slight inconvenience of having being trampled on and having a spear in his. I think he gave up. Well, at least he tried. And oh, this is the pack. No, these are the youths. Ah, yes, our regular maneuver of coming to the aid of fighting men with pilums, and it looks like it's working. Yep, the enemy decided to either come and chase. No, they just broke. They just broke because who can handle the Potulatense? Once again, they are saving the day. Because look how much is left of these poor spearmen. They really took the blunt of the enemy horse charge and then pinned down 2 or 3 units of enemy. So really there isn't much left of them, but still they will try and at least stand menacingly next to the enemy, because they will debuff them just by their presence. Yeah, the enemy is afraid of getting flanked, so they are running. They look at this running train. Choo choo, back to Erevishtia. And I guess we should go back and check what happened on the right flank of our cavalry, of our infantry. And here we are at the left flank of our infantry. The horses are scuffling over there, and here we are left totally exposed. Well, not really, but this is supposed to be our usual Xenoscum trap. This time they are especially delicious because there are very few of them, and we can't even compensate for their lack of number with other units, because this is, I think, our X-Men, and on the other hand we should have what's left of the original cell swords. And look at them just taking the blunt. We're not even moving to really try and stop the charge, to counter charge. No, you just charge into our Xenoscum. We will sit here and wait until you get tired, then maybe, you know, choose which unit to actually help. Because here we have the cell swords who are also struggling, and here we have the Xenoscum whose main job is to get the enemy just tired. And look, we are just sitting and looking at the enemy menacingly for now. And this is, I think, the youth. They're also trying to find an interesting target. And eventually we decided, yes, the swordsmen are doing quite well, and we will come and aid them. I know this is not the youth. These are the spearmen from the deep reserves. Yeah, we had such high hopes for them to hold the line that we already prepared their betters to be behind them and get ready. Eventually, yeah, they were trying to break, so we just charged with our one of the more broken Marvel line piece. And here everything seems to be under control now, after we did decide to engage the enemy. Here, after we took care of the enemy cavalry, this is Costico, coming to help our unit of spear that was getting cut down by pesky Revishchi swordsman. And yeah, here I think yeah, here we got oh, this is a story all by itself. So how did our youth manage to fight one unit of light skirmishers find themselves in a position that they are fighting the full blunt of some kind of a Revishchi spear levy? Well, let me show you how, because this is Winter War, and Winter War has its own rules that you're supposed to make all the tactical wrong decisions that you can, and we follow that rule. This unit is supposed to come and flank. The problem is that once again the flanker became the flankee, and we got really outflanked by not only this unit but in the very near future. Yeah, these are one of those pesky Germanic levy that the Revishchi have access to. This is a worst case scenario, because they don't only just outnumber us, they are just a better fighter than us. The only thing that skirmisher have for them, going for them, is that they are younger and they have a lot more stamina, so they can last longer. But look, another unit is coming, and the only thing that can help them at the moment is the king, who is very reluctant, since I think he only has like 30 men out of 100 in his unit, so he's just riding around them in circles trying to give some moral support, but not actual support, because that's dangerous. Actually, he does manage to do more than just moral support, because look, there are 2 units. Oh my god, we found ourselves being surrounded by 3 units, 3 regiments of some kind of all kinds of spear, the rabble, the ragtag, whatever the Revishchi could muster in the second army. And look, the full blunt of them, they're just charging into our poor youths. This is a light skirmish unit, and they are holding the whole of our left flank. This is a disaster. Our horses, I don't even know. Yeah, this is the king, just going somewhere. And instead of charging with the pack here into here, trying to save them, I basically gave up on that unit and decided to come and help here, because if we free those combatants, they can form a line and face whatever is left here after our youth break. This is not our youth breaking, they actually held for quite a while, so I decided to try and save them. I gave them an order to come and help form a line to face this outflanking by the Revishchi. And then I remembered, wait, the youths, they are so fast, they can outrun almost any unit on the map, so I totally forgot about that. But it goes with the theme of Winter War and tactical galore. Now that we are actually forming a line to stop the great flanking of the Winter War, I think, yeah, what's left for cavalry, these are the poor princelings and the king. Actually, it looks like, oh my god, these are our main cavalry units. Yes, this is what's left of Kostico and our king. Wow, they were full. They used to be full stacks once upon a time of a brave 100 men. Now it seems like they have 30 men each. So anyway, they charged, and also we shouted our shouting, the special ability of our monarch, and looks like the enemy totally broke, because I think it was also at this point that the new Revishchi naked king died, so that really hampered the morale. I guess we should try and take a look at what actually happened to the king, because you know, spoilers alert, we did manage to win this. And we have once again time jumped into this time to the middle of our war. Funny how this battle went. we performed a lot better despite basically getting totally outmaneuvered on both flanks because of my own mistakes. Here is the king coming to give his last words of encouragement. Don't be afraid of the naked man. Don't be afraid of the naked man, he says, as he is afraid of the naked man and doesn't engage them at all. Yeah, so we performed better despite getting totally outmaneuvered on both flanks. And last time we performed well on both flanks, but we performed really badly. Where is the enemy king? Because this is what we care about. No, these are hunters, and is this? No, these are hunters. Okay, we will have to break immersion and look for the enemy king. Supposed to be under me. Oh, here he is. Here he is. Man, that took a lot. So, unlike Elixio, this king seems to be as brave as our own King Tarbos. He's really afraid to engage the enemy. I don't think he's even in range to give his buff to morale. So they just came here to parade naked in the snow. I honestly don't remember what happens to him. So far they didn't even shoot a volley at the enemy. This is our own cavalry running away from the. Yeah, I think from him they're running away because we really don't want to get to get shot at by his pylons, because those pylons do a lot of damage, and we do eventually just decide to come and help clean up here with the cavalry instead of chasing the enemy king. So lessons learned. As I say that, I noticed that we are charging with who? Which unit is this? Oh, this is Costico. Ah, Costico. He studied the blade. He doesn't even know what the word fear means, and looks like it's working. And the enemy cavalry are. I don't think they even broke. They're just running away. He did manage to lose some men. I think I see like 4 or 5 horses dead. And this is the enemy army that are breaking and running away. And now we are finally about to deal with the king. Since they managed to perform so well against proper units of cavalry, this time while bringing the small boys, our infantry, to deal with them. And we even brought especially one of the Marvel line to get pillumed to hell, in order for other units to engage with the king. And so far, yeah, we bought all of our archers to try and shoot at them. And despite them not wearing any kind of protective anything, they are performing well. Here the enemy had another unit of archers, but we managed to maneuver to just get into a fight with them and not with the king. For some reason the king is really reluctant to fight with us. Well, at least our archers are doing a number on them. Well, we did manage to catch up with them, and I think they are fighting. Wait, I'm actually curious. Is that one of the X-Men? No, these are the Malva line. Interesting. Did they break? Wow, they broke really easily. Well, this really wasn't like the last king. I really don't know why the Elixio performed so well. At least it really fit the narrative of him being a brave and really cunning king. Did this one, his son or his cousin or his father really didn't perform well. At this point the battle is won. We are chasing them, but chasing in the snow is really hard, so it's like a chase in slow-mo until our cavalry will finally make some time in their busy schedule to come and kill the king. You know, for him this is his last day on earth, but for them this is just Tuesday. I hope someone gets this reference and I'm just not that old. And here we are slowly, because it's snowing, forming the victory parade. This time a lot more joyful one, because we outperformed my initial expectations, because I really thought this might be our doom, the beginning of the downfall of the Getaean Empire. But let's focus on the positives. At least this battle has cured our king, and most likely the whole of the army got cured of their gymnophobia, the fear of nudity, and we will no longer be so afraid of naked men. What a lovely parade. This is actually a nice formation we managed to gather. And I think the pack was the one cavalry that sustained the least amount of casualties, and they are still in fighting force, which is surprising, because they're neither our best, neither our worst, at least on paper. So let's wait for the last stragglers to get in their loosey-goosey formation, and then let's do our victory shouting. Hip hip hooray, we did it for Zalmoxis! And now welcome to the best part of these videos, the showing of the numbers. We only lost 690 soldiers. Now for us, this is, for Winter War, this is exceptionally well. Consider last time we lost a third of our army. This time we almost lost a third of our army. In terms of which units performed really well, surprisingly enough, the light cavalry, the princelings, this is mostly from chasing, so no MVP for you. I think the real MVP would be, they have to go to the pack. They performed well and didn't die that much. Again, our archers performed surprisingly well. The swordsmen are really living up to their pay, because we pay them a lot, considering. But look at even the Poturatense, they almost got slaughtered. So this army is more or less dysfunctional at the moment. We don't have a front line anymore, and we don't have flankers, we don't have cavalry. This is a very loosey-goosey formation of mostly archers, shock troops, and one unit of cav. Oof! And we had another kind of divine intervention. When the battle ended, I pressed something. I don't know what, and we got this lovely screen. Now, my initial reaction was, considering that I'm a full-grown man, was to freak out, thinking that the game froze or something, and press all the buttons. So I don't even. We ended up. I did some investigation. We ended up, instead of ransoming the captives, we enslaved them, which is not what we want, because now we have tons of slaves in our population, and they don't help with public order, and we do have problems with public order. Not to mention that we wanted money. The whole reason for this war was to get more money, and instead of that we got slaves that really don't help with our almost non-existent economy. So yeah, looks like Zalmoxis wasn't happy with our performance, and he intervened once more to punish us. So yes, thank you, Zalmoxis. Point taken. We will do much better while invoking your name. And I hope you will join me in the next episode of Let's Get It On, where we try to see how we proceed in this abysmal war that we started.